G'day and welcome back to Duckzorly Gaming and our Let's Play series on Farm Manager 2018. Okay, so we're into our second episode. So the first episode we sort of covered the basics and we got started. I've done a little bit of work off camera, as you can see. So we'll go through what we've done there first. So in the last episode we had our warehouse, we had our distribution point, we had a housing section here for our permanent employees, we built our farmhouse, and we had our a medium brick garage, and we had our small garage here. Okay, so what have we done since? Well, we actually put in a parking area here, which is where we can have our bigger equipment. Reason being is we need to get another planter, a precision seeder, and as you can see it's an extra large, so it needs to be in an extra large parking spot. Not that it actually is that big, but anyway, that's what the game demands, so that's what we do. We've also just placed this crop here, or this field here. So we're just currently ploughing this in. We only just put that one in. And we started sowing some crops. So in here we have our field of wheat, which is fully planted. In here we now have a field of raspberries. And these guys here are just finishing off planting a field of strawberries. These farmers over here, or these assistants over here, are finishing off fertilizing this field. We forgot to actually plough it before we cultivated it, but we wanted to make sure we did it the right way, so we've gone back and ploughed it, cultivated it, and are now fertilizing it. This field here, we're ready to plant a crop in there, so we're going to do that shortly. Once this guy's finished over here, we'll get him to come over here and do this work here. And we've also added in both a silage pit and a manure storage pit, which we'll need when we're going to add some cows and some sheep and stuff a little bit later, probably in this episode. Okay, so the other thing we actually did as well is I actually bought a pile of seeds. So I bought various amounts of seed and chemical fertilizer and stuff like that, just sort of keep us going so we don't have to wait for the deliveries to come in, which we normally would be doing if we didn't have a stockpile of it. But I just figured for this gameplay it was just easier to do that. So that's exactly what we are going to do. I apologise for that. I just had to take a quick break and have a sneeze. Anyway, let's get back in it. So as you can see, it's raining too. Now, the other thing I didn't know until just before I started this recording is you may remember at the start of, in the last episode, these fields had soil moisture that was pretty low. But with the rain, the moisture's actually come all the way up. So it's actually irrigating the fields with the rain. Now, I'm just going to see, we'll leave our mouse sitting there for a second, and we'll just see whether or not that's actually what we'll do is we'll just speed it up and we'll see if the rain see, there you go, that was quick. So the rain actually does water the crops as well. Now that was something we saw in Pure Farm, not Pure Farming, sorry, I was thinking in Sosnovka Not, in Farming Simulator 17. Johnny V, with the help of GTX Andy, made it that the rain actually filled up the water troughs. That's where I was thinking of that from. But here, the actual rain will actually water your crops, which means you can do less irrigation. So that's fantastic. All right, so let's get into it. So the tractor's gone and parked there now. What we're now going to do is we're going to plant some corn. So what we do is we choose our seed. This is our corn seed. We're going to select machines, autofill. Okay, so our tractor's not quite ready. Okay, so this is an extra large piece of equipment, so it needs a bigger tractor. It won't use the smaller tractor that we've got. Oh, no, it's made a liar of me. It wasn't quite ready before. Okay, that's autofill. Sorry, okay, I thought this was going to do it to me. Anyway, disregard. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to plant corn in this field, so we'll accept that. And then young Erin should come out of the house. I think she's in this house over here at the moment. There she is there. She'll come over and grab the tractor. She'll head over, grab the seeder, put it on faster speed. Goes outside the boundary of the farm, grabs the seeder, and then comes across and is going to start eventually seeding the field. Alright, now these guys here have finished that as well. That's been fertilised. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a crop in there as well. Now we're going to need some lupine. So we'll autofill that. They can go and do that. So as you can see, it's obviously a lot quicker using the tractor. But certainly if you're playing gameplay where you're being a little bit more realistic, the tractor will be so expensive that for you that initially you're just going to be using the hired workers. So it actually it's quite good in that way, the fact that it's so much more efficient, but it's so much more expensive. So I do enjoy that part. I think that's quite good. Alright, they're going off to rest again. Now that's all been planted. There we go. So there's the first little layer of growth, which is good. So what we'll do is we'll bring the tractor over here and he can cultivate this now. Send him on his way. Alright, so now that's all started. What we're going to do now is we're going to start getting our animal production up and running. So we're going to come down to buildings and decorations, our animal section here. Now, like I said, we've got a cow shed, we've got a pigsty, and we've got a small shed, which is for goats and sheep. We have a beekeeper building, and we have a chicken coop, which can do chickens, ducks, geese, and Eustace Farmers. I mean, turkeys. That'll be an ongoing joke for this series, I can assure you. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll put a cow shed in. So what we'll do... Did I give enough room? I did. So I'll put the cow shed in there like so. So there's our cow shed. And we'll also put in... that one there. And I'm not sure if I can get this to fit down here. I don't think I will. It would fit if I didn't have that. So what we'll do is we'll just bulldoze those. And that there. Alright, so now we've got cows, goat slash sheep, and fowl sections being built, and then we'll fix those up when they're finished. He's obviously finished over here, so now we'll fertilise. Again, we'll use the tractor. Young Aaron's going to be quite busy. The other thing is too, you can actually I think you had to go like this and then go, yeah. So you can actually take a sort of third person's view from the tractor. That was very quick. But as you can see, it's not really the best of views. So we probably won't be doing that ever again. Alright, now let's slow this time down. It's been fertilised, so we're going to sow on that one as well. Okay, it's time to put in a orchard. So let's put an apple tree in. So we select the apple tree. We're going to use a machine, autofill. So as you can see, it's taken the tractor and an orchard planter. Now you'll notice here it's got 3 farmer staff. So what happens here is these 2 staff here will sit on the planter and actually operate that while Aaron is driving the tractor, or Mason might, or any one of these could drive the tractor actually, for that matter. Although I'm pretty sure Aaron has been assigned. I think that's how it actually correlates. In fact, it will do. All right, so accept that, and they'll come over here. So I'll have 2 staff will come on over here on their own. There's Aaron heading over to the tractor. There's 1, there's 2 that are heading over to work on the orchard, as you can see by the little icon above them. They'll jump on the back into the seats. And it'll go along and make its plantation, apple plantation. Alright. As you can see, it gives you a time of how long it's going to be till the crop is ready. So 67 days till our field of corn is ready. 38 days for our strawberries, 87 days for our wheat, 77 days for our lupine, and 75 days for our raspberries. Now, while we're talking about crops, here's just a standard crop of corn. And here's a crop of strawberries, which says it's a perennial plant. What does that mean? Well, basically, come winter, when the temperature gets too low, these crops will die off and they can't continue growing. So they have to then be ploughed in and replanted when we come around to spring. A perennial, however, for those that don't know, will actually just go dormant during the cold winter months. And once spring comes around and the temperature gets nice and warm enough for them, they will just start growing again. So there's no need to replant. However, after a period of time, the quality of the crop will drop down, and you will need at that point to go through, plough, cultivate, fertilise, and bring them back up to speed. Okay. The other thing to watch out for is these crops will occasionally come up with a couple of different conditions, either fungus, insect infestation, or weeds, in which case then you'll have to do some spraying, and you select which one you're going to do, whether it be anti-fungus, anti-weed, or anti-insects. Okay, so that's another management thing you have to do. Alright, so let's go and have a look at our animals while we're here. In fact, what we need to do first off is we need to assign someone to our silage storage. So we are going to choose somebody, and it's a bit of hard work, so we'll put Reggie on there, I think. Okay, so he's going to look after our silage. Now, in the cow shed, so we're going to buy some cows. Let's buy 2 cows. Caregiver, we want to find someone that can look after animals. Now, cows are fairly important, so we'll put Elizabeth to look after that. So we've assigned Elizabeth, so she'll be the one that looks after the feed and the welfare of the cows. Okay, now, the small shed. Now, we can, as we said before, we can choose between goats or sheep. Now, we've got a mission here that says grow a 9 times goats. So let's get some goats. We will buy 4 goats. Okay. Now later on they'll get into a breeding cycle where we have to get them inseminated, and they will have babies. Well, they actually become full-grown animals, but anyway, that's what will happen. So we're going to choose for. Haven't got an animal one here, so what we will do is we will hire someone in a minute. In fact, we'll do that now. We'll go. Alright, sorry. I'll go here, hire, and Mr. McCarthy, and let's get another orchard. We want to make sure we've got someone for orchards, and we'll take Molly as well. Okay. So we're spending money left, right, and centre. That's okay. All right. So Mr. McCarthy, he's going to look after the chickens. No, let's go turkeys. Let's have some turkeys. There's some Eustace Farmers. And we'll buy 6. How many do we buy then? 5, 6. There we go. All right. So we have 2 cows coming. We have a number of goats coming. I can't remember what we bought. And here they are here. See, as you can see, everything gets delivered to us. So 2 cows being delivered. Won't be too far. And there's the goats coming in as well. There we go. So it's not too, the detail in it's actually quite good. I mean, obviously the graphics and everything else aren't fantastic, and the trailers and the tractors run through walls and all that sort of stuff. But the actual mechanics and the depth of the game is actually very good. I am actually quite surprised with the depth of it, and particularly in the assortment of crops and everything we have to deal with. That is truly mind-boggling. Very good. All right, so just going to check all our crops. They all seem to be okay at the moment. Goats are being offloaded. Now we're going to choose someone to look after the goats. Right, now her. Now, what we can also do is when you bring up the actual profile of each of their staff, you can actually train them. So you can train their skills. So you can upskill them by spending some money. So what we're going to do is we're going to make her a 5 out of 5 animal carer. So our goats are going to be looked after by someone that really knows what they're doing. Now, the chickens, caregiver, what's he? Let's see. He's 4 out of 5, so he's pretty good. We won't have to worry about him at the moment. Leave him go there. All right. So the animals are up and running. Now, there will also be milk deliveries start occurring over here. Both cow's milk and goat's milk. And we'll also have egg deliveries. No, I won't have egg deliveries. What am I going to get from turkeys? Don't know. Oh, dear. Mankinis, maybe. Sorry, it's an in-joke. All right. There we go. So the turkeys are down there as well. So there's Eustace. All right. Not a problem. So there we go. So the farming side of it's now up and running. Oh, sorry. The animal side is up and running really well. Go over here and check again. Nothing's ready to harvest or anything else like that. So we're just going to accelerate our time a little bit now. Create a 0.78 hectare field to get a reward of 1,500. Yeah, okay. Collect wheat. Okay. All right. So what we might do next is... What will we do next? Okay, we've seem to have got plenty of money. I'm not going to do... yeah, we haven't done production yet, but I'm probably not going to do that yet. We might see... Wait a little bit. Oh, I need to do some research. Let's do the banking. Negotiation skills. Because we want to be able to get a loan later on when we're going to look at start doing some of this stuff. As you can see, it's quite expensive. I think probably what we might do is we might do the slaughterhouse very early. Actually, let's do a small frozen food factory as well. So we'll put that... It's not that small, is it really? Put that down this far end. Like that. And we'll also put in... put the milk processing plant in. It's a shame they're not the same size. Put that in over this side. Like that. So we've got frozen foods. That'll deal with our raspberries and our strawberries. And everything else. Now, here's what we need to do as well. Food. I need grass. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a whole pile of food because, as you can see, there's a cow's milk and goat's milk we've produced, so 74 litres so far. I need to buy some some food because we haven't actually produced anything as yet. So we'll buy an assortment of food. Plenty of grass. Buy that. What else was there? Sunflower. Buy some wheat. Now normally what you would have to do is make sure you've got crops underway to feed them. And certainly in the campaign, that's one of the things you do have to do. You have to plant a couple of basic crops to get some food ready to go prior to you having your animals set up. Anyway, all right, so there we go. So now we've got our milk processing plant and our frozen food factory up and running. So as you can see here now, we need to find production staff to fill these. So at the moment, we're not going to worry about that right at the moment. Hopefully we're getting our seed and all that will be... Our food will be delivered, so basically we can feed the animals very quickly before they start dying off. I can't be killing animals in this series as well. I will definitely never hear the end of it. Let's see, what have we got? Oh, yeah, some of it's arrived. That's alright, so they should start to be fed now. Auto manage. So basically this auto manages, so basically it will automatically mix what foods that are available to what actually will feed your animals. So allowed food, that's okay. Okay, Mason Morgan. Where's Mr. Mason Morgan? Mason Morgan, where are you? He's hiding. Oh, that helps if I go to the actual... Okay, so... It's going to help. Okay, weeds on our field. There we go. Right, so down here, on this field here, we have some weeds. So there we go there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here quickly. We're going to go anti-weed. Don't have enough, so we've got to buy some. So now it's going to wait for us to buy some, and I'm going to pause it right there, and I'll be right back. Come on. Quick. Go. Go. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to let the dog in. Where's Mason? Oh, I'm going to miss that, aren't I? Staff list. Mason Morgan. Yeah, good in time. Okay, so I got his trading done. All right, for that mission. All right, so here we go. Have I got... Has it arrived yet? No, we'll wait. Speed time up. We haven't bought any bulk of this because it actually is quite expensive, so we don't want to have too much of a stockpile because... Alright, there we go. So we're going to autofill and we're going to accept. And they'll come out and they'll get rid of the weeds for us by spraying the lovely chemicals. Alright. Now... we're going to need to get this going because we have some milk available. So I'm going to need to get some employees. So we will hire some production employees. We need 6 in total. Now, obviously, again, remembering we... Ready for breeding. I'll go to that in a second. So let's slow that down again. We're sort of cheating a little bit in free play. We're not doing it as if we were... 1, 2, 3. Any more production? There we go. Yeah, we're not doing it as if we're playing as career mode, so you just have to take it with a bit of a grain of salt. Alright, so we've got 3 in there now, current production. So, we're going to create sheep cheese. We want to create... Actually, no, we haven't got sheep cheese. Have sheep. We've got goats. And we want to do all of those. So that'll produce all of those. Okay, that's done. And for here, we want to take Isabel. Now, she's going to be overworked. Then we're going to have raspberries and strawberries. So we just do those. Okay. So they're going to be ready to go. And there they go. They're heading off to work in the factories. Bit of a long walk. Right, so now let's look at the breeding. So it comes up with a heart. Come up before and told us we were ready to breed. So we come over here and we've got to call the inseminator. We do that, and then he comes along and he'll deal with the animals as needed, and then hopefully our numbers of turkeys will go up. So we'll go from 6 Eustaces to whatever we get. What do you call a bunch of Eustaces? Anyway. Might have to come up with an apt term. Anyone got any ideas? Leave them in the comments down below. Alright. So how are our crops going now? Probably getting close to being at the point where we probably give them a bit of a water. Which we probably will. So let's just go water. Okay, we haven't put a water thing in yet. So let's go and do that. So, water is... sorry, wrong one. In here. Close that off. Now you have a well. Now the well gives you a certain diameter of water availability. Okay, so that would be what we'd get with that one. Or alternatively, we can put in the pump, and that gives us a lot broader coverage. Now, we haven't really positioned this very well, have we? So what we might do is if we put that one down there, that will cover all that side, and then if we extend the farm out here to our west, then we should be quite okay there. Alright, current production. So as you can see, we're producing now. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm going actually to need, now I think of it, a cold store. Small frozen food factory, warehousing, warehouse with cooling. We are going to need one of those, or else the products we're developing are just going to go to waste. So we'll put him there. Now this part, I've not done any of the production stuff yet, so I'm learning this part as we play. So we'll see how that goes. So waiting on the truck to come down and finish building that. We are going to obviously need some more staff to run that. So in the meantime, we will go and organise some staff. Hire. Hire. Now we're doing permanent staff at the moment. Okay, what I need to do is... I'm full, aren't I? Alright. And what I was going to say is we haven't got any seasonal staff as yet. So what we might do is we might get some seasonal staff. So we'll put that in. What we might do is we might just see how that goes up here. And then we'll employ some seasonal staff as production line staff to run these facilities here and see if that actually works efficiently. Now we're pretty close, we're coming on to our 30 minutes, so once we've actually built these 2 buildings and got the staff in them, we'll call the episode there and we'll continue on when we come back with them all. So fungus on our field, where's the fungus? Okay, so fungus on our field, so we're going to spray our field fungus by, so wait till that comes in. Training is finished on the practical training for the banking or the negotiations. Now I have found a couple of times the tractors and trailers. There you go. We've got some of our products that have been made. So we've got some yellow cow cheese. We've got some cow cheese. So what we can do is straight away we can just come in here and we can sell. So I can sell either 19 or I can add infinite whatever's there, or I can back it off and sell just a number. And it's just a matter of simply going sell. Alright, so all our products that we've just made I've just sold off. Goat's milk, quite profitable at the moment. Not we've got enough there to use, but anyway, that's okay. And then hopefully, so what will happen now is when it's produced in here, it'll actually go in this cold storage here. I don't know if I got how much storage I've got in here either, but we haven't actually collected any other crop yet, so that's okay. Choose. Oh, what was it? Fungus, wasn't it? Fungus. Autofill. Accept. So I'll go fix that. Need to water. Oh, they are watering, which is good. That needs to be watered. Send them over there. Animals ready for breeding. So the goats have been busy, they're ready to go. So we'll call an inseminator. They're ready for breeding again. Eustace is being busy, he wants to keep breeding. Okay. We need to get that watered as well. We need to water that one as well. I don't know if we've got enough. Oh, we've got enough staff. We've got staff coming out the yin yang basically at the moment. Now, here we go. So this is what we want to do. We want to irrigate this. So what we're going to do is go to machines, autofill. Right. So we need a tractor to autofill. Now, this is where, again, it needs to be an orchard tractor. Right, so we have to buy this tractor and put it in the parking spot over there. And what we also need to do is buy sprayers and watering. Now, there's orchard sprayer, which is what is used for spraying the orchard. So we're going to need one of those anyway, so we'll get that now. And we also want the irrigation. And we'll put that in the small garage. Okay. So they're all coming over now. There's our new tractor, it's just been delivered. So they're watering. That's been watered. It's having the fungicide treatment done. No, it's been done. Right, so they need to be watered now. So we autofill. Sorry, I'm talking to myself a lot. Alright, there we go. He needs to be watered as well. So once we've got the irrigation set up here going, we can go machines, autofill. So let's grab the sprinkler and the orchard tractor. Accept. We'll go off and do that. Alright, what have we got in here? Warehouse with cooling. So now all of our products that are being produced that need to be cooled go into this storage here, which is great. So it means that we've got no chance of it spoiling, because if it goes over in here, it will just be spoiled. Okay. Right, and what we can do is move stuff over as well. So we're going to move the milk to the warehouse with cooling. And that way it's over here, it's actually refrigerated as well. Alright, seasonal employees, now that's finished. We'll hire a couple of those. Now, don't need any people in there. In here, employees, select seasonal. That was interesting. So I can't use my seasonal in there. Okay, that's a bit problematic. Permanent. Okay. I have to come back and do some more of them later. Doesn't matter, we haven't got the crop ready yet anyway, so... Okay, that's been done. So this one here needs to be irrigated. Machines. Auto fuel. Accept. Alright. So that's about where we are at the moment. We are getting close, I think. Yep, 2 days we're going to be very close to actually needing to collect our strawberries, harvest our strawberries. So that'll be the first crop we have to harvest. And apart from that, we're progressing quite well. So we'll leave it there for today's episode, and we'll continue back when we return. We probably won't do it much off camera now because we're pretty much up to where we want to be. So yeah, until next time, we shall see you back here in Farm Manager 2018. This is Duckzorly at Duckzorly Gaming, wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, no matter where you are in the world. And we shall talk to you again very, very soon. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.